Hello and welcome to the 79th tutorial in the Cocos2d-JS version 3 series. In this part we're going to be looking at the UIScrollView element. We'll be using the source code from the 7th tutorial. If you don't have it, don't worry, there'll be a link in the description. Cocos2d-JS provides us with a UI extension which contains loads of UI elements, enabling us to create great menus, hoods, etc. In this tutorial we will look at the UIScrollView element, which allows you to contain other elements and scroll through them, such as a menu. This is great when there are too many items and elements to practically place on screen. It could also be used for credits in a game which you can scroll through, especially on a big game where they have a lot of people involved. So before we can do anything with any UI element, we need to include the extension module into our project. That is really simple. If you just open up your folder project and then open up project.json, any text editor will be fine. And this line where it says modules, after Cocos2d, you want to put a comma, quotation mark, and inside you want to put extensions. It's that simple to include extensions. And now what we can do is code our UIScrollView. So if we go to app.js, and what we're going to do, first of all, let's just comment at this sprite. We'll do var scroll view equals new CCUI scroll. It needs to be CCUI dot, sorry, scroll view dot set direction CCUI dot scroll view dot dir underscore vertical scroll view dot set touch enabled, obviously because we're going to be interacting with it. ScrollView.set bounce enabled. This is a really cool feature that you'll see when we run it. This allows you to scroll to the end and it bounces back instead of just suddenly stopping. It just feels a little more dynamic and realistic. Bounce enabled. ScrollView. We're going to set the background image, so set background image, and for this we'll just set something that we've already got, res dot hello world underscore png scrollview dot set content size. I'm going to do cc.p, or no, cc.size, sorry. I was going to put 300 by 200. A lot of these parameters, you'll see them, how they're working and what they do when we actually run it, so just bear with us. Now we're going to do scrollView.set inner container size cc.size 1280 by 2500, and the reason you generally want the inner container size equal to or greater than the content size. Content size is what you'll be visually seeing. The inner container size is where you can place your elements, hence why we have the width doesn't really matter in this instance because we're scrolling vertically, but we have a greater height, therefore we can conceal items and just scroll through them, which you'll see in a moment. And now what we're going to do is scrollView.set anchor point. I'm going to do cc.p 0.5. Now we're going to do scrollView.set position cc.p size.width divided by 2 size.height divide by 2. Finally, we're just going to add this child. So this dot add child. Scroll view. The last thing we need to do, we have a scroll view set up, but we need to add elements to it. And what we're going to do is we're going to keep it simple and add a bunch of UI buttons, but you can add other elements. So we're just going to do a for loop. So for var I equals 0, I less than 50, I plus plus, going to add a lot of buttons. So var button equals new CCUI dot button. Now we're going to do button.setTouchEnabled, button.setPosition, cc.p. We're going to do scrollView.width divided by 2, so centered in the x-axis, and we're just going to offset it by 50 pixels each time in the y-axis. Obviously, you probably want it more dynamic. That's an extra task for you to actually get the width, the height of the button, so it's evenly spaced out regardless of the size and on the various different screen sizes, so small, medium, and large. Now that we've done that, we need to set the texture. So button.load textures, res.close normal, res.close normal, but we're going to change this to selected, which we already have in our resource.js. This is actually provided when we regenerated the project. This is just a disabled image, but we don't need it. ScrollView.addChild button. We're all done now. Hopefully made no mistakes. We'll find out when we try and run it. So let's go ahead and open up terminal, cd to our project directory, run the Cocos command, okay, there we go, we have our scroll view set up, and as you can see we can scroll through it. This is really cool. And this is the bounce enabled. As you can see, when we go to the end, we're able to go a little further and it bounces back, which is really cool. So let's try and do, when we're scrolling really fast and they see it bounces. That's how you create a scroll view. As an extra few tasks, I want you to add other elements. Just go crazy instead of just using a loop. Try and actually create some sort of UI, some sort of HUD perhaps. Set the direction for the UIScrollView in a different way, which is set right here. And check out what other methods are available. We've covered quite a few, but there are many more. And experiment with the content size and inner container size, because these are really two key aspects that make the UIScrollView the UIScrollView essentially. More information to help can be found in the Cocos2d-JS API guide and the samples provided with Cocos2d-JS. If you have any questions, feel free to message us at support@sonarsystems.co.uk. The email will be in the description. You can comment on this video or just directly message us via YouTube. All the required links for source code will also be in the description. And as usual, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.